Okay. Okay, where does your self-esteem come from and what you do to build that? That's a good question, I feel like, for me. Okay, my self-esteem is interesting. I was thinking back to this when we were like talking about doing this, and I was thinking back to this and I was like, oh, when did I become aware and da-da-da, and like I was always different than my family, because my family's super fit, my brother's super fit, my mom, my dad, and they like, I remember starting to diet at like 9. Honestly, my whole life changed when I just decided like one day that I was gonna live my life like I was the shit. Like that just changed everything. Like Gabourey Sidibe, the actress, she said, she was like, you can either live your life 2 ways. Like one where you decide that you're gonna live your life like the most beautiful woman, or you could be insecure. And she's like, I'm gonna live my life if I'm the most beautiful woman. And so that's when I was like, you know what? That's life. Like I'm gonna think that everything I do is the shit. I'm dope. And life just took off from there. So that's really where it came from. Just every day reaffirming to myself, like I'm the shit. Whatever I do is good enough. I'm beautiful, whatever size, tall, short, big, little, anything.
What I usually lean on for self-confidence is wavering, as it does as a woman, your body wavers. So whenever my body wavers, my self-confidence wavers. But what I find too is that usually happens when I'm not, it sounds so cliche, but when I'm not singing or writing or working on music. When I'm working on music, forget about it. Like nothing is, like there's no problem. You know what I mean? Like there's no, I don't doubt myself. I don't think about my body. I don't think about anything. I'm just confident and secure and riding a wave. So I think that's probably my rock.
I think I'm a lot of the same way. If I'm like out and doing what I love doing, whether it's filmmaking or acting or singing, as long as I'm doing that, I feel like, I don't know, I'm just contributing to myself. And that just makes me feel so much better about who I am. But if I'm not doing that, even if I'm on like a break, kind of like I am right now, it does kind of waver. I mean, even if I walk into an audition, if I'm not practicing my acting, then I don't feel confident in really any part of myself, whether it's physically or with my talents. So I definitely agree with you. What does body confidence mean to you? I think, honestly, just feeling comfortable in whatever it is that I'm wearing is body confidence. And most of the time, I don't have that, unfortunately, which is kind of sad. But it's like,
I know, right?
I know, it's like the truth. It's like,
wow. I like being able to not have to think about what I put on. Because I feel like that's when I'm the most confident, is where I'm not stressed about, like, I can just leave the house in my sweats or whatever and not have to be like, oh my god, I have sweats on and I'm at Ralph's right now. Like if I don't have to think about it and it's not on my mind and I can just, go about my day, then that's when I feel the most confident. The minute I start scrutinizing my outfit and like, oh my god, I have to wear this top with these bottoms and with these shoes, then it's like, I'm not gonna feel good no matter what I do.
Girls hopefully too, like, will feel empowered. And realize that power doesn't have to come through what's being like portrayed.
So Princess, you are in a male-driven field. You're a singer-songwriter, and you just produced your own album, which is awesome. But how does that affect your body image, self-esteem, sort of working in a male-driven field?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's a thing, constant. And it's hard because not only are you working in a male-driven field, but you're working in a male-driven field you by yourself. There's no, well, sometimes there's someone that's like, oh, I have this person, but for the most, mainly it's me advocating for myself and posting things for myself and doing things for myself. I remember one instance where it became something where I had to sit down and have the conversation with myself was when I was producing my first budgeted video, which was for the single Back in It. I said to myself, okay, well, how do you feel about what you put out there? And I had to think about, what I wanted my career to be, and a little sexy this and sexy that gets you going. To sum it up, you're constantly thinking about your image and your body image and what people are going to think of you, what they're going to think of the cleavage or this and that. So I tend to hide behind not putting that first, and I think once you start out that way, it helps give them something to follow. You can't confuse them, which is why I think I've started on the way of like that. Like let's not even talk about it.
Okay, so as a female director, do you feel like you showcase women differently, or how do you address that in your films?
I think as a female director, I've definitely just tried to keep it honest. I think that in all of the pieces I do, though, I do try and create women who are strong and have a full sense of being a full human being, you know? It's not just about, I don't know, like this flat version of who a woman might be, who's just like kind of the side character, you know, things like that. I like creating full-featured people, whether they're a man or a woman.
Just not till morning.